Sasical students, today we will be deriving equations of motion by graphical method. So in front of you, you have a graph. On the y-axis, I have taken velocity. On x-axis, I have taken time in seconds, right? The There's a body which has not started from O, rather it has started from A. What does that mean? What does that mean, students? Anyone can tell what is the initial velocity of the body?
Initial velocity does not equal to zero.
Initial velocity is not equal to zero. Initial velocity is rather OA. And let's say OA is equal to U, some initial velocity U meter per second. Because this distance on the y-axis is measure of velocity. This distance on the x-axis is a measure of time. On x-axis, I am having time. On y-axis, I am having velocity. Velocity is the unit is meter per second. Okay. Now AB is the plot or AB is the graph of the body. You know, the initial point is A. It had started from point A and it has reached point B. Ideally, students, if you have seen our previous videos, you will understand when I take velocity on y-axis and time on x-axis, and it's a straight line curve, straight line graph. So this is a uniform acceleration graph, right? This is a uniform acceleration graph. Why I have taken uniform acceleration graph? Because I want to derive equations of motion. The first equation of motion is V. Whenever a body is moving, the final velocity would be initial velocity U plus acceleration A into time t. T is the time in which the velocity changed from U to V with A. A is the uniform acceleration, that is A is constant. A is constant. So U is the initial velocity. Let U is the velocity with which the body started. When the body was already running, I measured the stop. I started the stopwatch at velocity U. Let's say a car started from rest 0, and then after some time, the let's say the car speed is U. U may be 30 meter per second, and after some time, this much time, OC time, the velocity became OE. Now OE, let's say here the velocity at point V is velocity V. At point E, the velocity is V. At point A, initial point, the velocity is U. So initial velocity is U, final velocity is V, that I have represented on this graph. And you can take this graph if you take this any 2 points, and if you take this delta V by delta t, this delta V by delta t is equal to acceleration A. You can take any time interval, delta V by delta t ratio will be same. So this ratio means inclination of the line. In other way, you can say slope of this line is same between any 2 points, whether you take these 2 points, whether you take A and B, whether you take very close points, the inclination of this line is same. Means it's the particle is moving with uniform acceleration. So V is equal to U plus AT is the first equation we want to derive. The second equation we want to derive is S, the distance traveled in time t. Distance traveled in time t with initial velocity U would be equal to U into t plus half times acceleration times square of time. Okay, at square. The third we want to derive is 2as, 2 times acceleration times distance traveled is equal to, you can say displacement also, as you can say displacement. Whenever I say distance, consider its displacement because I'm talking about velocity, is equal to ut, I'm sorry, 2as is equal to final velocity, square of that minus initial velocity, square of that. So all these three equations are very important, and it is a condition for all these three equations that acceleration is constant. When acceleration is not constant, you cannot apply these, you cannot apply these equations. You can apply these equations only when acceleration is constant, when the body is moving with constant acceleration. Okay. So students, let us, before deriving, let us first understand one thing. I told you one thing. It's a rule of graph. Suppose this is y-axis. Suppose this is x-axis. Right, students? You have taken velocity here. You have taken time here. Okay. Now let us say this is a small graph. Okay. What does the area under this graph shows? I have told you that day. Any student remember? What does the area under this graph shows? This area.
Displacement.
This area,
Displacement.
this area is equal to, you know, this area is displacement. When the body is moving with constant acceleration, the area under this graph is displacement. That is v in velocity. Displacement is always velocity into time. This is a small uh, understanding of graph I want to tell you. Okay, so this complete area would be the displacement when the body is maybe starting with velocity u, and after with constant acceleration final velocity became v. This total area under this graph will be the total displacement द बॉडी हैज, मतलब कितना डिस्टेंस बॉडी ने ट्रैवल किया यू वेलोसिटी के साथ चली कोई बॉडी लेट्स से 30 मीटर पर सेकंड के साथ, एक्सेलरेशन कांस्टेंट थी, आस्ते आस्ते उसकी वेलोसिटी मान लो 80 मीटर पर सेकंड हो गई, टोटल कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया, कितना डिस्प्लेसमेंट ट्रैवल किया स्ट्रेट लाइन में इतने टाइम में, टी टाइम में. So that will be the area under the graph. But that's all I wanted to tell you. Based upon this, we will be deriving all the equations. All right, students. So let us talk about, students, the first equation. Let's talk about first equation. One second. Let me delete this. This is not needed. 1 minute. Okay. Good. So now let me change the color of the pen also. Let's see. We want to derive V is equal to U plus AT. How do we derive it? Very difficult, not so difficult. All right, students. So concentrate on the graph. Now we are drawing AD parallel to OC. OC. We are drawing, this is AD parallel to OC. And you can see from the from the graph, students, that BC, this BC is equal to BD plus, come on students, DC. Am I right? Well, this is equal to BD plus, now DC is equal to, come on students, if this is a rectangle ADCO, DC is equal to, this length is equal to
AO.
EO. Where, why other students are not speaking? BD plus AO. Right. Now, students, what is your AO? AO, any distance towards y-axis is a velocity. So, what is AO? AO is the initial velocity U. Am I right? And what is final velocity? V is equal to
Yes, sir.
B,
BC.
BC, beta. BC. This total.
EA.
No, beta. It is this BC.
C.
Yeah. You can say E, not EA. EA is not final velocity. Final velocity you will be measuring from origin. From origin. So from origin to A is initial velocity. From origin to E is the final velocity, EO. V is equal to BC and that is equal to EO. That is our final velocity. Is it clear to everyone? This distance on the y-axis is velocity. This distance on the x-axis,
Yes, sir.
what?
Yes.
What is the distance on the x-axis? See the distance. This is time. So whatever distance we have taken, that is time. And this distance on y-axis is velocity. Okay, fine. So everything is okay. Now, students, you see what is v? V, that is EO. Can I say EO is equal to EA plus AO? Can I say like this?
Mm,
V.
Yes, sir.
So we can say BC
yes.
is equal to BD plus DC. So I can say, but BC is V. So V is equal to BD plus DC. DC is equal to U. Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right? So can I say BD is equal to V minus U? Can I say like this? BD. I take U on the left side. So BD is equal to V minus U. Am I right? Correct. Now from this velocity time graph, students, tell me in the previous graphs how we were calculating acceleration. How we were calculating acceleration A. Acceleration is, you remember, change in velocity divided by time interval. Now acceleration in this here, from here to here, from A to B. I want to calculate acceleration from A to B. I told you how we will calculate. Come on, students. How we will calculate acceleration from A to B. That is final velocity minus initial velocity. At B, the body is reaching final velocity. What is the final velocity at B? Array, same way how we discussed the graphs 2 or 3 days back. What is the final velocity at B? Just go this side and see what is the final velocity. It is V minus at A. What is the initial velocity? At A, at point A, what is the initial velocity? It is U divided by what is the time? From O to T, let's say the time is T. O to T, O to C. O to C or A to D, the time is T. So students, I can say A is equal to, now what is V minus U? Students, what is V minus U? V minus U already I
BD.
have proven is equal
BD.
to BD. V minus U is BD divided by T. So BD is equal to, from here I get BD is equal to A into T. Am I right? Students, am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Okay, so
Right, sir.
very good, very good, very good. So I can tell you from here that what will be V? V is equal to BD plus U, and BD is 80. So U plus 80. U plus 80. So I got first equation of motion from this. Am I right? First equation of motion I have
Yes.
derived from this. Now I will go for the second equation of motion. Okay, so let me take it down. Yes, students. Now I want to derive the second equation of motion. What is the second equation of motion? That is displacement S is equal to ut plus half a t square. Okay, if I know the initial velocity and if I know the time and if I know acceleration, I can find out the displacement. So how I will Fine, this is very interesting. Now I will use that area under the graph. So students, now you see, I have told you what is the total distance traveled by the body when it started with velocity u and it ended with velocity.
मैं तो अभी नहीं बोले अगर मैं हदी आप आके कहोगे मेरे बैग क्या तेरे खींचना
चंदा कार्ड ये नहीं बुढ़ी ने मेरे को वीडियो खराब करती मेरे साथ. Okay, students. So now I will derive the second equation of motion. So just now I told you what is the area under this curve AB. Any student can tell me what is the area under this curve AB? On the y-axis I have velocity. On the x-axis I have time. So the area under the curve will be the product of v into t. And velocity into time is equal to, any student can tell me? Hello students. See, velocity is equal to
Yes.
displacement divided by time. Then what is displacement? Velocity into time.
Velocity into time.
So velocity into time is the displacement. If I want to calculate the total displacement from A to B, I have to calculate this complete area. This complete area. Am I right? Now this complete area is the area of the triangle ADB plus area of
Yes, sir.
any student. This total area A is equal to area of
A.
triangle ABD and area of rectangle ADCO, right? So I can do both ways, right? So right, students. So total displacement, I will write total displacement is S. When the velocity, initial velocity was u and it changed to v with acceleration a in time, how much time? T, right? So will be total area under AB. Am I right? Students, am I right or wrong? So see A, B,
Right, sir.
C, O. This area. It is this area. A, B, C, O. This area. So this area is equal to area of this rectangle plus area of area of triangle ABD and area of rectangle ADCO. Am I right? So this is equal
Yes,
to
sir.
area of triangle ADB plus area of rectangle ADCO. Yes, students, am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Okay, very good. All right. So what is the area of triangle ADB? ADB. Area of triangle is always half into base into height, and area of rectangle is always length into breadth. So I will find out. Now students, this is half into what is base? Students, what is the base of this triangle? ABD.
A,
Anyone can tell me? What is the
AD,
base of the triangle ABD? Ariyar, what is the base
AD,
of
AD.
AD? And AD is equal to OC, and OC की चीज है. What is OC? OC is
Time.
time t. Am I right, students? OC is, hello students, please speak.
OC is time.
OC is OC is time. So AD is also time t. And what is H? What is the height of triangle? Height is BD. Can you see? This is the height of the triangle.
Yes, sir.
This is the height of the triangle. So BD is equal to, already we have calculated, BD is equal to EO minus AO. EO is what?
AO.
What is EO? EO is final velocity V. And what is AO?
Initial
Ini
velocity.
Initial
Correct.
velocity.
So H is equal to, I can write what? I can write H is equal to V minus U. Is it right? Plus,
U.
students, what is L? Now I'm talking about this rectangle. Let us say OC is the length. So OC is equal to OC length,
Time.
time t. And what is the breadth of the rectangle? ADCO. Breadth is DC. DC is equal to AO
Initial
is equal to
velocity.
initial velocity U. From there, you will get the formula. I can write it. UT I can write first. Plus, now you see students. Now, V minus U. Already I know the value for V minus U in the last. Do you remember what was the value for V minus U? If you go to the last slide, you will get the value of V minus U.
BD is equal to V minus U.
See, V minus U is equal to AT. Can you see? A is equal to V minus U by T. Can you see here? So V minus U is equal to AT. Right? V minus U is, instead of V minus U, I will put, yes, V minus U, I will put half into T into, instead of V minus U, I will put AT. This is equal to UT plus half AT square. So I got the second equation. Displacement S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay. Now I will find the third equation. Yes, students, we are now ready to derive the third equation of motion, that is 2as is equal to v square minus u square. Remember, in this equation also acceleration is constant. Okay. So students, now see, can I say the displacement S is equal to area under the curve AB? Just now I have discussed. Students, please tell me. Displacement S is equal to area under the curve AB. Area under the curve is two types of area. Number one is this triangle. Area under AB is, you can say, this triangle and this
And rectangle.
rectangle. Or you can say, students, area under the curve is, this is one side of trapezium, this is second side of trapezium, which are not parallel, and AO and BC are parallel sides. Am I right? Students, am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
AO and BD. So this is area of trapezium. This is equal to area of Trapezium. Which one? Can anyone name the trapezium? What is trapezium? A
A
B
B
A
D C O.
A B C O. No need to say DC. A B C O. Now, what is the area of
Okay, sir.
trapezium? Any student knows? Any student knows area of trapezium? Half into sum of parallel sides P1
Into
and
height.
P2. Yeah, into height. Very good. Very good. Very nice. So, students, so I can say my displacement S is equal to half into what is the sum of parallel sides? P1 and P2. Parallel sides are BC plus, come on, what is the other parallel side? BC and
AO.
AO. Very good. BC and AO into what is the height between parallel sides? OC.
AD.
AD. Yeah. AD or OC is same. T. So this is equal
OC.
to
Yes.
half into what is BC? Fast tell me, student, what is BC? What is BC?
Final velocity.
Correct. Shabash. V. And what is AO?
Initial velocity.
U. Shabash. Very good. Very good, Pranav. Today you are doing good. Where is Falgun today? Falgun is there? Falgun is not there. Okay. So what is OC, students? OC?
Time.
Time. Very good. So I can say, students, what? This is my displacement. S is equal to half into V plus U into time. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Okay, very good. Students, just now we have derived a formula, if you remember, from A to B. From A to B, what is time? AD. AD is time. AD and OC are time. So, what is the definition of acceleration? Final velocity minus, come on students, initial
Initial
velocity
velocity.
divided by time interval.
Time.
Time interval in our case is
Time.
t. Then what is the students expression for t? Can I say t is equal to v minus u divided by a? Can I say like this?
Yes, sir.
हाँ देखो t उधर चला गया a इधर आ गया क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन. t उधर चला गया a इधर आ गया. So I
Yes,
put
sir.
the value of t. Yeah, put the value of t. That is v minus u divided by, yes students, put the value of t, v minus u divided by a.
A.
So this is
A.
equal to, now what is v plus u into v minus u? A plus b into a minus b, v square minus
U
U
minus
square.
V square.
divided by 2
U
into
square.
a. 2 into a. You got the third formula.
A.
2a, take on the left side, 2as is equal to v square minus u square. See students, we have derived the third formula also, right? So these are the three formulas of equations of motion, right? Now students, I request you to do, we are almost about to complete the chapter. I request you to do the first 5 sums, 1 to 5 sums of your exercise, this motion, class 9 motion exercise. And I humbly request you that by evening you watch this video again, complete video, write down everything, write down whatever I'm saying in the video, and then what you do all the sums and write down the answers in the comment section. I wish you all the best. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, Learn CBSE on YouTube. I wish you all the best. Thank you.